My name is Amy Gilmer and I'm a second-year PhD student in the School of Earth Sciences.
So my name is Vladimir Myshkin and I'm doing experimental research in Bristol.
My PhD research focuses on the Don Manuel porphyry copper system in central Chile, and I'm looking at the relationship between the magmatic processes that we see in arc volcanoes and the formation of porphyry copper systems.
My name is Margot, and I'm a PhD student, and my role in the BHP project is that I study big volcanic eruptions, deposits which are called ignimbrites, and it's linked to a project that BHP is running in northernmost Chile, close to Peru, and they are drilling, looking for new copper deposits, and the entire area is covered by these volcanic deposits, and that is what I'm studying.
Just think about the porphyry copper deposit, what is it and how it looks like. It's some kind of the channel or the dike with the big roots, but what you see on the surface of the Earth is like a small spot, a sulfur anomaly. So if we will collect the samples from the surface, we will not get information from what happens actually in the roots.
I help BHP locking the cores they drilled in northernmost Chile, and because in Bristol we have a lot of understanding about volcanic deposits, and there are a lot of volcanic deposits in these drill cores, we help locking them and understanding them.
My project involves both field work and a lot of lab and analytical work. So for the first part of my research, I went to Chile, visited the field, did some mapping and sample collection, brought those samples back to the university where I'm using a variety of different techniques to get at the story behind the processes going on in porphyry copper formation. So I'm looking at individual minerals and the stories that they can tell us about the conditions of formation for these types of systems.
During my research, I start with field work, so go in the field, look at the rocks. Then I try to correlate the rocks in the field with the rocks in the drill core BHP drilled. And then I try to correlate, make a big stratigraphy of all the different deposits in the area. And once I'm back in Bristol, I try to date my rocks, do chemical analysis, do petrology, mineralogy, look under the microscope. And then I try to build up a large picture, and then start at the big scale in the field and then go to tinier and tinier scales to mineral size.
And I can say to you, it's very difficult to find fresh samples of these basaltic metals. Coming to the surface, it's a gas, so we lose these volatiles, we lose sulfur. We cannot get information about how much sulfur was it actually initially in this melt. And all these weathering processes just destroy all the samples. And for example, this is a piston cylinder, and piston cylinder allow us to simulate pressures and temperatures, how it is in the depths, up to existing in a 120 kilometer depths probably. So I put my experiment here inside. We create the pressures, how it looks like in 10 kilometer depths, the temperatures up to 1500 centigrade, and we see how the sulfur, copper or other metals behave by changing the pressure, temperature or oxidation state of the magma. And it's how can we actually track what happens with this magma on the way from the depths to the surface.